Hello and welcome to 4.5.0 update on AutoController. This update features a few optimizations of existing programs and 2 new programs. Without further ado, let's get started. First, we have the optimization of the program that uses day skip to farm things. The AutoLotto, Berry Farmer, and Watt Farmer will now have faster button presses when skipping days. This will be about 1 to 2 seconds faster than before. It might not sound like a lot, but if you are farming for a long period of time, it can farm a lot more compared to before. But there is an extra requirement for these programs now. You will need to have at least 3 game icons on your home screen. If you don't have enough games, go to eShop and download some free games. Also, all of these programs now added an optional day skip option. Previously, this is on AutoLotto only, but I figure it will be useful to day skip your den while farming berries and watts too. Although they might not be as reliable as the regular day skipper program, since there is always a risk of the game crashing while skipping days on non-restricted 3D areas, so use it with caution. You can always set day skip to 0 to farm indefinitely. Next, the Auto 3-day skipper has changed a little on how it works. Previously, you will need to ride on a bike, and on the 4th day, it will ring the bell on the bike and tell you should check whether the Pokemon is the one you want. Now, instead of restarting the game then sync and unsync the time, when the program starts, it will close the game immediately and sync and unsync the time while it's still at the home screen. Then on the 4th day, it will go to the raid summary screen and spam down button for 10 seconds. The sound should be enough to tell you to pay attention. With this one on top of the day skip optimization, it will save about 7 seconds and making the cycle to be a 1 minute and 40 seconds in total. Next, there is a small update on ShinySwordTrio. There is now an hourly rollback function, which will roll the system time an hour backwards every hour. This will allow you to run the program for longer than 24 hours because the weather will not change for much longer. However, you must unsync the system clock for this. You most likely already did this since you will have to change the date until the weather is clear. Make sure you sync the time before you catch the Pokemon though, otherwise the time will be incorrect. Oh, also, you can use this program on hunting shiny Spiritomb too. I also want to take this opportunity to explain how the Shiny Aware version of ShinySwordTrio works. It looks like the update checker doesn't work for everyone, so it's probably worth checking the download link once in a while and see if the version is updated. I released the final stable version in 4.4.4 update. I've explained in detail how to set it up in the menu, but this would be a good time to also explain it on video. First of all, you will need to follow the fast mode instructions. To recap, your first Pokemon cannot be shiny or have an ability that shows up at the start of the battle. None of your team has high happiness, and you need to change the day until the weather is clear. Now you have to go to the house in Freezington and talk to this Eevee costume kit NPC. This will allow you to stop Pokemon walking with you in Crown Tundra and stop it from increasing happiness. Next, go to the Sword Trio spawn, battle with it and run. Then camp. When you leave the camp, the Pokemon should spawn as expected, but there is an extra thing you need to pay attention to. Besides the spawn point of the Pokemon, you will need to pay attention to which direction of the Pokemon is facing when it spawns. Then, besides standing on top of the spawn point, you will need to rotate the camera so that the Pokemon will face the camera when it spawns. You might have to do this a few times though. Now you need to calibrate the ticks until battle starts number in the settings. This is similar to the Regi program, so run the program with the default time 404. Notice that unlike slow and fast mode, we start the Shiny Aware version program right after you run from the battle, not starting inside the camp. When the program starts, your avatar will start running forward and turn 180 degrees and walk backwards. Start camp and then leave. Walk backwards and turn 180 again to encounter the Pokemon. This is why the camera has to face the Pokemon so that when the Pokemon spawns, it will notice you immediately so it doesn't walk away from you. When the battle starts, you will need to calibrate the ticks so that when the battle UI shows up, it will run away immediately. This is different compared to the Regi program since it doesn't have 2 down presses, so calibrate this until it takes about 0.5 seconds to run from the battle. After that, you should be good to go. but you should run the program at least a few times to make sure it's working properly. Just like the Regi program, when the shiny is found, the program is stuck into the Pokemon summary screen. Now we have the new programs. The first one is the DailyHighlightFarmer. You can use this to farm today's highlight from Watt Trader in Slippery Slope. You can use this to grind for rare items like Dream Ball or Max Mushrooms. Although I have spent 4.5 million watts and I didn't get a single Dream Balls, so it might be faster to just grind from deliberate raids. So the settings are the exact same as Berry Farmer and Watt Farmer. You just need to stand in front of the Watt Trader, enable Wycom glitch, and start the program. You might want to use Watt Farmer to grind for a lot of watts first, since this program will spend around 1 million watts per hour. And finally, the program we have all been waiting for, ShinyRegigigas. Blame the ShinyRegigigas for not appearing for an entire week. Before you use the program, you should catch all 4 Regis in Crown Tundra and have a friend trade you the remaining Regi. Then bring all 5 of them with you in your team. Then you will be able to encounter Regigigas in Giant's Bed. Save in front of the den. There are 2 modes for this program. The soft reset mode is very self-explanatory. It starts the encounter and resets the game when Regigigas shows up on screen. So unplug the bolt whenever the shiny appears. But for shiny aware mode, there's a lot of preparation you need to do. So here we go. First, you will need to grind for Lapper berries. You can find them in berry trees in Route 4 and 6. I will recommend Route 6 since you can also get citrus berry which you can sell them for money. But make sure you stand behind the berry trees since some wild Pokemon can walk into you and ruin everything. Use Berry Farmer for this. Although you don't need a lot of them. 150 Lapper berries will allow you to run this program for 24 hours. Next, you will need to get a fighting type Pokemon that can learn the move Reversal, TR21. The minimum base attack stat of this Pokemon must be at least 94. Or the minimum attack stats at level 100 to be 315 to 1-hit KO Regigigas with plus defense nature. Minimum base speed stats is 16, or 131 at level 100 to outspeed slow start Regigigas with plus speed nature. But most Pokemon should be able to outspeed naturally. I'm using Machamp in this case. You will need to level up the Pokemon to level 100, then EV and IV train the Pokemon to maximize the attack and speed stats. You should also buy a plus attack nature mint in Battle Tower to change the nature. Although these doesn't really matter too much as long as the attack stats is above 315 and speed stats is above 131. Then buy a choice band from the Battle Tower and equip it to the Pokemon. If you don't have enough BPs, use the Auto Battle Tower program to grind for them. Next, teach the Pokemon at least one other non-attacking move, then place Reversal as the first move. This will be relevant on the next step. Now you need to lower the Pokemon HP to 1. The fastest way to do this is you will need another Pokemon that can learn False Swipe and only has that move. The Pokemon preferably has high attack stats to speed up the process. I'm using Jacian in this case. Then put this Pokemon at the top of the party and bring the fighting type Pokemon with you as well. Fly to Isle of Armor and cycle your way to the remote island at Workout Sea, where you can find Ditto which spawns there regardless of weather. Use False Swipe until you transform into your first Pokemon. Then swap your fighting type Pokemon. Then use the non-attacking move you just taught and wait until it lowers your HP to 1. Then run from the battle. Note that Ditto only has 5 PP to hit you. If it runs out of PP, it might kill you with struggle, so be careful. You can also use Endure until a wild Pokemon lowers your HP to 1, but this is much slower and luck-based since wild Pokemon uses random moves. Now your fighting type Pokemon is ready. Make sure you don't heal the Pokemon at the Pokemon Center. It is okay to put in the box however. Put the Pokemon on the first of a party and bring the 5 Regis with you. Then head to the Regigigas den. Your team should look something like this. Now enter the raid manually at least once first. This will allow the game to cache low REGIGIGAS model so that next time you battle, the load times will be slightly shorter. 1-hit KO REGIGIGAS with reversal, quit the battle and save the game. Note that if you restart the game, you should battle with REGIGIGAS manually again at least once to reduce the load times afterwards. Now you need to calibrate the ticks until the battle starts. If you have used Shiny 5 Regi or ShinySwordTrio, you should be familiar with this. Run the program with the default time 176. When the battle starts, you should see it navigate to the run button and then back to the fight button. Calibrate the ticks until you see these two presses happen about 0.5 seconds after the battle UI shows up. When this is done, the last thing you have to do is to navigate to the lapper berry in your bag, and also make sure reversal has at least 10 pp. Use it now if you need to. Remember how many lapper berries you have and put the number in the settings, then quit the bag without moving the cursor. And finally, you can start the program. The program will 1-hit KO REGIGIGAS until it finds a shiny. Every 10 battles it will go to the bag and use lapper berry on reversal and repeat the process. Oh, one minor thing is I've added the ability to spam A and B in my program. Just take a look on how fast it uses lapper berry. The program should get stuck in the Pokemon summary screen when a shiny is found. You should be able to leave this overnight. Note that it will occasionally leave the summary screen and back to the battle screen when a shiny is found, but this is normal. Again, you can also test this with a shiny version of your first Pokemon and it will also stuck in the Pokemon summary screen. And that's all I have for today's update. I'm not sure if there's any new programs I can make. If I have, you will see them with the update checker. Happy shiny hunting everyone! I'm gonna go hunt REGIGIGAS now. Peace.